and it's Melissa's birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa. Not sure if Melissa is on yet. Let's just see. Okay, I'm muted. How is everyone today? I am drawing Poppy Okotcha. If you don't know who Poppy Okotcha is, she is a British gardener, and she's beautiful, and I've been following her for a while. My sister got her onto her. Happy birthday, Melissa. It's your birthday today. Isn't it, it's strange to wake up and feel like it's your birthday. You're another year older, but it's a good day. It's a beautiful day. I've been out already and it is a little windy, not too cold. Yeah, happy birthday, Melissa. I'll be saying that a lot throughout this, so just in case people come on and they've forgotten that it's your birthday. So this is who I'm drawing today. This is Poppy Okotcha, and I put her name here. She's on Instagram, and she is all about sustainability in gardening, and she's a British artist, and she is it says here she's an ecological home grower and community gardener, trained in horticulture and regenerative growing practices like permaculture and forest gardening, and she also forages, cooks and plays with medicinal herbs. And she loves creating, tending and learning from edible and medicinal spaces, and that are truly sustainable, beautiful and useful. And her page is lovely, and she's really cute and super energetic. So that is who I am going to be celebrating in my gardening, because I think she's one of the, other than my sister, my mom, I don't think there are too many other, maybe there's a couple of other gardeners that I follow, but not too many. So I thought I would look first at the people who I follow and then continue from there. So let's have a look. I think I am going to I'm going to get her sketched out first, and then we'll look at the flowers of today as well. Louise says happy birthday, Melissa, and C says happy birthday, Melissa, and Melissa says it's going to be 20 degrees today, and she says thank you, Louise and C. And yeah, you'll have to tell me who you guys are drawing. So I know she has, I can use this scarf that she's got on to also put some flowers on it. Thank you for all the flowers in the Padlet as well, everybody, because that really does help having a daily inspiration. And yeah, today is the 7th of May already, and this weekend in North America, it's Mother's Day. I'm just going to spend the day with, I think, just Jordan, because I think Ashley is working. But I'm going to see her this evening, so it'll be nice. I'll have the girls home this evening. I think I made this too short. Let me know what you're doing. If you're drawing a gardener or somebody who gardens as well, or are you just working on the flowers? Let me know. Again, you know, hands are difficult, so I'm just making sure that I get her hand in. I feel like yesterday's hand on Vita Sac, though, was a little small, so I got to be aware of that today. Hands are usually the size of your face. If you hold your hand up to your face, it's usually from like your hairline down to your chin is the size of your hand. Did you know that? Little fun fact there. If you didn't know that, that's usually how big somebody's hand is. She is super cute. Carolyn says, good morning, good morning, good morning. And Melissa says, I will be starting my new daily self-portrait sketchbook later today. Yesterday finished a full year. Woohoo! That's amazing. Congratulations, Melissa. And C says, yes. Oh, these are yes favorite. Nanette says, good morning. Hello, hello. And C says, my niece's favorite flowers. Oh. And then that says, happy birthday, Melissa. And the Martins. It's the Martin week this week. We should draw a little house Martin with you guys on Friday. Melissa, I would have drawn you, but I don't like because I don't know you as a gardener per se. I know that you have a lot of greenery in your apartment. C says, Frida is my muse today. That's such a good one. See, I was thinking about doing that, another Frida in my 100-day Mexican book. And she may pop in another time when I don't know who to do for my garden lady. And Sidla says, happy birthday, Melissa. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sidla. Nice of you to join. Sidla, I'm so sad I couldn't join yesterday because was it yesterday or Monday? Because I had my class, and I even though I've signed up next week, I can't come because I've got a class. On Mondays, I have my virtual art retreats. Anyway, I'll catch the replay. Good morning, Meryl. Sitla says, no worries. I sent the replay. Thanks for sending Piper's picture. Yeah, I saw that some people had done it. So cute. Louise says, I did some abstract daisies this morning, now finishing lunch. What's for your lunch? I want to know. And Melissa says, in my dream future, I have a giant garden, but for now, I just bring plants home and Ray takes care of them. I love that. I love that he takes care of them. What does your day look like, Melissa? Tell us all what your birthday is looking like today. All right. I think I'm ready to go look at the flowers for today. I want to get those done around her. And just make sure I know how wide this is coming out over here. Okay. All right, let's go look. What flowers do we have today? Oh, that was from yesterday. We had a lovely class yesterday in our virtual art retreat. We're in Bolivia, and we were blessed to have Natasha there, Natasha Cross, who is here on Substack, and she shared some pictures from when she lived in Bolivia. I can't remember what these ladies are called. That's not good. I should have written it on it. I'll watch the replay and go back. But these beautiful, this is La Paz in Bolivia, and the streets are all decorated and it's so pretty. And this is a little town in Bolivia, Tortuga, Tortuga. And then here's another one from yesterday. So a lot of mixed media, a lot of fun, and Bolivia sounds wonderful. Maybe it'll go on my list of places to visit. Louise says tofu and rice. That's what she's having for lunch. Nanette says my garden consists of porch planters these days. I love having flowers and plants greet me when I step outside. Yeah, that is really nice. And Melissa says nothing crazy today. Working on where are we? Flowers. Mayflowers. Working during the day, then cake and watching basketball this evening. Good morning, Leslie. That sounds like a lovely birthday, that does. Ah, yes, daisies. Wonderful. Oh, I thought I moved Carolyn's. I guess it doesn't matter, like if there's a double image for that day. And I thought I moved Heike's to further on. We have one more up there. I'm just seeing if Stidler. Well, sometimes I need two, so that's kind of a good thing for today. So daisies and Heike's. She says she doesn't know what this spring flower is. Does anybody know what this is? It's very pretty. That's what it is. Very pretty. So I may do this one in the background and then put daisies on her headdress. So I think I'll do that. And I'm going to just sketch it out because I don't know why I'm sketching it out today. Like yesterday, I just went bang right in. But I think because these are white, I need to make sure that the shapes are there. So maybe that's why. A lot of times I've learned that florals are all about the irregularities, not so much the regular shapes. So just being aware of those, I think, is really something that you can do to make your flowers look maybe not so much more realistic, but more alive. And not making them super regular. Mind you, daisies are very regular, aren't they? It's a little bit harder when you have a flower which is super regular in shape. Leslie says, happy birthday, Melissa. And Laura says, good morning, happy birthday, Melissa. Those look similar to yesterday's flower, but instead of pink. Yesterday's flower was Louise's photo. Which flower? Or am I on a different day? No. They are very different. Does anybody know what these are? Oh, Mondays. No, this was the azaleas. I think they're a little bit different. Look, notice how the inside is different. This one has almost like a tube on the inside, like it's a little bit different, like it has another, it's almost like a daffodil kind of thing. It has a middle. Okay. And then I'm gonna get daisies on here. So I'm gonna turn them actually. This is probably what's gonna take a lot of time, is doing the in-between. But if I get it sketched, then I can, you probably can't see this because I'm trying to be really light as well. I can get the insides. Nanette, did you arrive in New York? Are you ready for tomorrow? Anybody else going to the workshop with Sam in New York? I know that Nanette was traveling down there. Leslie's heading out soon. And it was so lovely to see Esty meet up with Patricia in Madrid. That was special. All right. I think I can get started. I'm going to go dark green for in the in-between of the daisies. This is where masking fluid could come in really handy. But the only thing with masking fluid is I'd have to use watercolors. And I think my masking fluid is a little bit old. It's a bit goopy. Anybody else has a better way of doing this, let me know. How are you all tackling your daisies? That's what I want to know. What are you using? I think probably gouache with white paint probably would be a good option as well, to actually do the leaves of the daisy, like the petals of the daisies in the white. That would be probably the best option, and I didn't think of that. And now I'm just driving myself crazy with the negative space. Well, because I don't think the petals actually look like that on the edge. Like that. Because they have doubles. I don't think they're as long like that. Maybe some of them are. And make those a little bit shorter. Leslie says Plant ID says it's called a striped squill flower. And C says, I would like to be in New York for that workshop instead I'm getting an eye exam. I know, it would be nice. Louise says, I have been watching the Artist Laughs in New York YouTube videos. Aren't they lovely? I love them. It doesn't make me feel so bad about keeping everything kind of, you know, but they're very organized. Like, that's organized chaos. To me, that's, you know, like, they've definitely thought about it, and they're so creative, all these people. Have you seen the one with the boxes, like the light, I don't know what they're called. Are they called art boxes, light boxes? Did you see that one, Louise? I love that one. And yeah, her theme is basically death, but it's not morbid at all. She's like, we're all on the same journey, which is absolutely true. But I love it. I love that she has all those boxes, and it's been her theme and her thing since school. Like, it's really cool. Okay, and then I would like, so I'm going to use this color for in between the other white flowers. If you're just joining, welcome. We are working on a month of flowers, May flowers, and if you're in our Substack, so somebody, who was it? Are you here? Who said, I think it was Amy, who's part of our group. She's like, oh, so happy to be part of BSA, the BSA club. And I kind of like that, because Blue Shine Art Group or Blue Shine Art Club, I think it sounds better, BSA Club, which is the Blue Shine Art Club. I think it's a nice, I know that we say Char's Art Class, but I think Blue Shine Art Club is kind of nice. BSA. Sounds kind of fancy too, the BSA Club. Anyway, it's kind of, if you are part of our BSA Club over on Substack, we have a whole month full of florals. Like, I love that everybody's been putting their florals in. I think we have one day which I could shift Heike. No, I can't shift Heike because she's already, I could shift Carolyn, which I thought I shifted Carolyn yesterday, which is weird, Carolyn, that it didn't stick over there, because there's one day. But I don't mind having two on one day, because I am doing more than one usually. So also, when it comes to weekends, it seems like the weekend, I'm not doing the portraits on the weekend. So Friday and Monday in our live Zooms, that's when I'll incorporate both days. So like on Friday, I'll do Saturday's flowers and Friday's flowers, and on Monday, I do Sundays and Mondays. And I did put both the Luma links in the chat on Substack. If you go into your app of Substack, it's easy to find. If you look for me and then you go to chat, because it seems to be, that's where the chat seems to be. I've put them in there so that you can register and sign up for Saturdays. We're doing objects with florals on, and on Monday I'm a co-host to Pauline of La Scarlett, and she just recently went down to the south of France and has got some beautiful photos and wanted me to come and draw with her, so, and all of you guys. So sign up to those. even if you're not going to make it, sign up, because you'll get the reminder email and you'll get the replay just in case you can do it, because a lot of times, you know, you'll say you can't do it and then suddenly you're like, oh, I can do it, but then it may be too late to sign up. So sign up for them. They're in the chat. Okay. So there's some darker greens in here. I think I'm gonna use red to go into the darker areas on here, just to, you don't need all the colors, but look how nice and dark that becomes. I can make like some stalk-like shapes within the pattern. Also, it'll break up the fabric will look a little bit more, it'll give it a little bit more movement, which is what I want as well. Nanette says, I'm traveling bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm packed, I think, maybe making last minute art supply changes though. And Louise says, I don't think so yet, read the boxes, but some of them in their 90s still working. Did you see the guy who's 99? He was the one who did the very, very minimalistic, like, paintings, like literally like a gray. I think he was painting a blue one. But hey, he, you know, it was his art and he did it, and his meditation, and yeah, kudos for him. And he's done well with it, incredibly. Yeah, the series is really lovely. If anybody wants the link to that, you just go into my latest post on Substack and I've linked it through there. It's a whole series about artists living in New York and the lofts and how they used to be super cheap, and that's really, and they ended up thinking that they were going to have them as just studios, but ended up living in them. Okay, and then going back to the other flower, I want to get some green on there, but not that green. Yes, like color swatches, exactly like that. Okay, I do have a gray as well that I want for, let me just go back to the daisies. Oops, reserved for Melissa. There, let's put the daisy. Okay, while I'm here, actually, I'm going to first see if I can erase. Yes, I can. I need to erase some of these pencil marks. The 14B does erase, you just have to be really light the first time that you're putting it down. Yeah, Amy says BSA is just short. I know. It's kind of nice, isn't it? I kind of like it. I could make some BSA badges. I could make some BSA. It could also stand for something else, but it doesn't. It stands for Blue Shine Art. And Nanette says, Shar, how did you choose the name Blue Shine Art? So I've told this story many times, but Nanette, you probably haven't heard it. So blue is my favorite color, and I used to be called or nicknamed Sunshine in my teens, and also in Spain, I think I was like, that nickname kind of stuck. And so when I came over to Canada, I was looking for a name for my company, and I chose to put the two together and call it Blue Shine Art. And that's how it came about. Why don't I have another green? I may have to use a Neocolor. Yeah, so that's the story. Really quite simple. And, you know, that was back when everybody was making names for their companies. And I think I should have just kept my name as my company name. But no. Okay, why did that happen like that? I'm not sure if that's going to show up. I have to just do this. Oh no, I can do it with the thicker one. They look like eggs, my daisies. My daisies look like eggs, like fried eggs. Maybe some collaged daisies would be better than these. I may even have stickers somewhere that would be better than these. Sorry, Melissa. I'm butchering the daisies. I think it's the edges. Let me fix those little edges. Maybe I'll fix it with the thinner side. Oh yeah, not very daisy-like at all. People are going to be like, what is that kind of flower? I mean, I don't think it really matters. Oh, I've got one over here as well. But definitely too long, the edge there. And here too. I think that's what it is, because it's a double. Like it has, right? It doesn't just have one singular shape. It has like a double petal. One below, one above. That's better. Just too long. C says gouache here. Oh, I've been warming that series. It's watching. You've been watching the series. It's so wonderful. It really is. Good morning, Elvira. Happy birthday, Melissa. I picked some daisies today and you're honored to draw from live. Aw, nice. And Melissa says, BSA stickers. Yes, I should definitely make some. I gotta fix my whole branding on my YouTube as well. Like, I think that would be a good thing. I have to create some skins. I've been meaning to, and my husband and others have been like, you gotta have a skin. You gotta like, it's gotta be consistent. I'm like, oh my God, this is just so, it's a lot of work. Melissa puts a lot of effort into her YouTube. It's funny because I was looking up this other gardener, and they're actually a Canadian couple called Shar and Marv, same name as me. And I'm really slow today. They his Instagram is amazing. Like, he's so good with like information about what to do before, like in the spring and everything, like, and it's super clear. But I couldn't find one photo of him, and in all his videos he's like moving around and looking down, and there's very few of him actually speaking to the camera. So I don't know if he's just not comfortable or if it's just not his thing. But yeah, it wasn't easy to, like, so I didn't use him because I couldn't find any actually of him. Okay, there's a tiny little bit of, I'm just going to use like this light ochre in there, and it's really only a couple because the other ones, I can put one here too. Melissa says, oh, Nanette first says, she says that's a lovely story, and I think is that regards to probably my blue shine art. And Melissa says, it was the thing to do to give yourself a business name, pretending you are more than one person. Haha, I did the same. Now it seems the thing to just use your name. I know. Anne's here. Hi, Anne. Anne says, happy birthday, Melissa. Nice of you to join, Anne. I am drawing, well, we've got daisies today, and then, what did you say it was called? Leslie says, Leslie said they're the striped squill flower, apparently, these flowers. So that's what we're going with, the striped squill flower. And they're kind of cute with the blue. So I haven't started the face yet, so you've come at a good time, Anne, because then I can start the face. Anne, I think that's a lovely idea what you posted in the Toronto chat. If anybody is in Toronto and watching this, it's the Toronto Jazz Festival next month, and Anne was suggesting going in and drawing musicians and people watching. I think that's a fantastic idea. Really great. Oops. Just trying to get the background done, and then I will. Seems to take a lot longer than it should be taking, but it's okay. Hopefully I can get her face done quite quickly. So this is, her name is Poppy Okotcha, and I've been following her for a while. Wait, where's the photo of her? This is her. Actually, I love her head wrap. And she is a gardener an eco gardener in England, and she's a forager as well. Okay, I'm just going to get a little bit of paint, just a warm tone layer on her body. And I think this is going to be a smart move, because then I can go over with my Neo colors. I'm just using regular print paper, so it's not watercolor paper, so it will have to dry a little bit, or I'll use my dryer. So I'm thinking about workshops for the summer, and Tammy, our lovely Tammy, said, can you do a neocolor portrait class, just neocolors? I'm like, okay, maybe I'll add that to the workshop roster. Anybody else got any ideas for workshops? Just gonna get a few darker areas on her face, and then start going in with my neo colors. And this is gonna speed it up a lot doing this. The white of her eyes are not super white, but they're whiter than her skin tone, so again, I have to be careful not to go over the lighter areas. Okay, I'm going to use my dryer to dry this. So sorry for the noise. Melissa said, has anybody ever met a Poppy that wasn't British? No, I think there's an American that I've met who was Poppy, but they could have had British parents. You're right. I don't think it's a very common North American name at all. This paper is not dry. Okay, I'll work on the other things. I've got 15 minutes. Good practice for fast portraits. So if you're just joining, we're working on flowers in the month of May, and I'm working on gardeners. If you are here, please say hi and tell us where you're from. I know some people are here every morning, and I appreciate that. It's really great to have your presence and support. Okay, I am going to take just so that I can get into this area here behind her ear with my marker. It's still damp. I think I may have to go in a little bit more. So I'm just going to get the bulk shape of her hair in here with marker, and then I can go in over the top with Neocolor. But the paper is still wet, which is not good. Not good. I'm gonna have to dry it again. See if I can go over. Yes, I can go over. Good morning, DJD. Hi, how are you? And hi, Tony. Tony says, my granddaughter's name is Poppy. She's 8. And where are you from, Tony? Dominica Donchica. Hi from Switzerland. Hi, welcome. And Melissa says hello. And Olinda's here. Good morning, Olinda. Hi, nice of you guys to join. And thank you for saying hi. You know, like it's... YouTube is not like Instagram or Substack Live, so I can't see when people come on. So it's really nice that you say hi. All right. I'm just going to dry a little bit more. I'm going to dry it from this side so that it dries. It should be a little bit drier. Minnesota. Tony is from Minnesota. Hey, our friend Jolyn is from Minnesota too. Okay. Let's get some color on her, on Poppy. So Poppy is a gardener in England. She has a really sweet demeanor to her. She has this cute little baby, and she has a family, and she forages and goes into the woods, and her garden is lovely, and she talks about what to do and gives you tips, and she's great. So, oh yes, and also hit the thumbs up button, like button for sure. Thank you. And that says, I'd like a class on water, specifically ocean waves with a surfer girl. My daughter asked me for a painting a while ago, as she is a surfer. It's her 40th in August. We may have to do something like that then. Yeah. Okay, let's just get where her hair is going to be. Really want actually a little bit of blue or purple. See, there's quite a lot of purple reflections or light on her hair. So I'm going to try and get that in first, and then get some blue. Hair is never just brown, never. And blue gives such a nice depth to hair as well. But up here it is a little bit browner coming off. I mean, it could be the scratchiness. Now that okay, so changing this method a little bit today, I used ink tints to just get a base layer in, and it really did change how the crayons, the neocolors are reacting on the surface of the paper. So I actually prefer it when I didn't do that, but I needed to have some like a glaze of a color first, just to get a warmth to her skin tone. So I'm just going in where the darker areas are. So going back to workshops, I know that people like when I do workshops because they don't have to take all of them. They can just take individual ones, which is nice. And maybe I'll do a whole theme of, oh, Piper did come in line with me. She wasn't around for the longest time. Maybe I'll do a whole theme of summer workshops, like summer themed. That may be nice. So I'm just looking where the darker areas are. And I kind of put that down already with the color. You could see that I left lighter areas, and then there are some darker areas. And then I'm going to have to go in with more of a yellow tone over this, because right now it's very pink. Water would be a great class, Melissa said. Good evening, Julia from Australia. Hi, how are you? Julia, was it you who nicknamed Blue Shine Art BSA in the comments in Substack? I think it was, wasn't it? We were just saying that's so nice because it's like a shorter version. I don't know why I didn't even think about that. I think it's because naturally English people don't abbreviate, and I'm surprised that nobody here in Canada has abbreviated it sooner, because here in Canada everybody abbreviates everything. Melissa's would be MMA. Sounds like a certificate you could get from a university. A master's degree. Let's just mix a little bit of this brown in the blue so it's not as blue. Do you want to raise this up a little bit though? Bring it up. How are we doing for time? Ooh, 4 minutes left. That's not so good. Not so good. Okay. Don't forget about doing the hand. I think her hand looks a little bit funny, but that's okay. We are just going to go with it. So, Nanette, you're going to have to send us photos, please, of your workshop, like of you with the people that we know, obviously. So fun that you get to go. It was very tempting when Melissa said, hey, Shar, do you want to go? We could have, but I don't know, with everything that's happening. I feel like it's calming down a little bit. I don't know why. Maybe it's... I hope it's calming down. Okay, okra. And then I'm going to use my 14B, and I may go overtime a little bit. Sorry. If you need to go, please do. And Melissa, I hope you have the best day. Tomorrow, Melissa and Art Hang Party is drawing Italy or painting Italy. A friend of hers who recently went to Italy has images that she has shared with Melissa, Cece, and that'll be fun. Are there any other drawing sessions today that I don't know about? Okay. I feel like Poppy is ready to have some details put on her. She's very glowy, that's for sure. Very glowy. Let's get that 14B working. Oops. Hang on a second. That's so strange. I dropped a marker underneath me in Piper's bed and I can't find it. Hopefully she won't eat it. Nanette says, I will. We can do a workshop drawing session of the workshop. That would be fun to draw everybody. Oh yes, art hang part. What, sand? Oh yes, sand. Okay, missing it. Let's have a look. Oh, C says rivers, lakes, oceans. Melissa says reflections on water. C says yes, Melissa. Julia says Aussies abbreviate everything. And Melissa says I have AHP. Oh yes, you do. And C says throw in some beaches. Oh yes, sand. Melissa says, oh, and Nanette says I will. We can do a workshop session. All right, let's get Poppy drawn and finished, and then I know if you guys need to leave. It is 8:01. I like putting in the, like after I've done all the basic shapes, I like putting in the eye so that it brings her to life. That's the fun part. Shape of the eye is very important. And then the distance of the eyebrow to the eye is very important too. I think I have too much space on this side over here. Let's bring that in a bit. And then also I want to just do this. A little bit of shadow on the jaw, not too much. And if I can find my pencil that I was using yesterday, it's probably somewhere. I'll find it in a minute. Oh, no. See, when I want a 14B and I can't find them, now I have like 100 14Bs around. And I'm looking, oh, here it is. I'm like looking for my other one. Melissa says, today was also my dog Dexter's birthday. He would have been 20. Ah. Reb says, I've been lurking but wanted to say hi. Ah, thanks, Reb. Nice of you to say hi. How is everything? Have you been working on your 100-day project? I haven't posted this past week. I have to do today's. Maybe I'll do a little flip through of things that I've been working on. I just feel like sometimes I don't want to overwhelm people with like posts. So maybe just a little video is enough. Just soften some of these edges. Fingers are also just so strange, I feel. I know what a finger is made up of, but I don't know why they always feel weird when I'm drawing them. They always get a little bit spindly. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Does anybody else have that when they're drawing fingers? I always look at the white and how much white there is and the shape of the white. It's like a negative space on the eye. Rather than thinking about the shape of the dark area, look at the shape of the white surrounding it. I could probably also use like a different colored pencil for this part, but I'm trying to keep it consistent in my approach so that, you know, there's some consistency in my process. Okay, this is not right. Got to correct here and then also correct over here on this side. Shape was wrong. Can just be really light with the teeth don't know if you've ever erased over Neocolors, but it's actually quite good as long as you remove like all the little bulky bits. It almost smooths it and smudges it instead of using water. It's quite interesting. It's too dark here. Well, I think it could be Poppy's sister again. I keep drawing everyone's sisters. Leslie says, any suggestion for flower gardens in and around Garden? You mentioned one before. There was a few days then to the Cotswolds. Well, you've got Kew Gardens, which is a big one. Really, if not, you're going to be driving 2.5 hours. And I think there's a couple in the Cotswolds. If you look up Kew Gardens, Leslie, and then on the Kew Gardens website, there are links to heritage houses and gardens around the country, so you could do that. But Kew Gardens is beautiful, and you can take the subway, the tube to Kew. It's very easy to get to, so you could do that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, look on heritage homes of England, or heritage. What's the site, Louise, are you still here? What's the site that Leslie should look at? Maybe there's a couple of other fingers in there that I didn't account for. This looks like kind of funny, but I think she just has quite a skinny hand as well. Okay. Just gonna go in with black here right on the edge. Kew. Yeah, National Garden. National Trust. Thank you, Louise. And so Melissa, just want to wish you a really great birthday. And I hope you have an awesome day and really enjoy whatever you end up doing. And there are no drawing sessions today, right? Does Dylan have a session on YouTube? I think he's doing a daily drawing. So if you want to pop over to YouTube for Dylan's, you can subscribe to his channel as well. And we will see you tomorrow morning. I'm waiting for a couple of... I was going to do a friend today, and she didn't get me the photos yet, so I'm going to do her tomorrow, hopefully. I could just keep going with this. It's they really are quite enjoyable. I was admiring Pauline Lascarlette's flowers yesterday. She has some beautiful, beautiful flowers. That's what happens. If you start doing it in one spot, you have to do it in all spots. Thank you for the flowers today, Heike and Melissa, your daisies, which I don't know if I did a great job with the daisies, but it's okay. I enjoyed working on them, and I know now that I need to approach it a little bit differently. I need like a daisy stamp, like a die cut. Is it die cut or die cast? Basically a stamp that cuts out daisy shapes. That would be great. There probably is one. Okay, so this is Poppy Okotcha. And today is May 7th. I think I made her eyes a bit too wide apart. A little bit, didn't I? Yeah. I don't know if there's any way I can correct that either. Or maybe they're just not big enough for eyes. Make that one a little bit rounder and this one a little bit rounder or longer. Okay, have a good day, everybody. I will see you. It's very blue, her hair. Here. I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry, I keep seeing things that I can correct. When I'm done here, all I want to do is post and go for a walk. So that's why I'm kind of fiddling a little bit more with it. Okay. Bye, everyone. See you. Happy birthday, Melissa. Bye.